Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Man, I'm kind of excited and hype all at the same time. Just did a actual live on LinkedIn with a guy Pedro. Just did a live. So I'm already in the mood. So I was like, let me go ahead and record this video for tomorrow. I want to start off. I'm gonna read the Bible verse first. And the Bible verse is Hebrews 13, 1 through 3. Verse 1 through 3. Continue to love each other like brothers and sisters. Always remember to be kind to strangers. Let them stay in your homes. In this way, some people have received angels as visitors, and they did not know that they were angels. Remember to help those believers who are in prison. Think about what that would be like if you were there with them. Remember those believers who are receiving trouble from people. Think about them as if you were receiving the same pain to your own body. Again, that's Hebrews 13, verse 1 through 3. The title of this YouTube video is actually Enablers at Work. Recently I did another video about flying monkeys, so now we're going to talk about those enablers that are helping the narcissists, move around and do what they need to do and not get their hands dirty. So to speak. Basically, what is an enabler? Like I said, they're the people that's you can call them minions, you can call them flying monkeys, you can just the people that help this person get away with different things while they being evil people at work. They they lying about things, they keep the lies going, they start the rumors, things like that. So they're enabling things to happen. They know, some of them know what the narcissist is doing, especially when they're in a supervisor or management role or whatever. They know what this person is doing, but they're enabling them to keep doing what they're doing, which isn't right. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring up a few points. It's not a long video, so I'm going to bring up a few points about that. So upper management are some of the biggest enablers in the workplace. Why do I say that? The reason why I say that, because when you're in upper management and you're already, to the highs of the totem pole, things that's probably going on with lower level employees or lower level managers, and you're allowing those things to happen. So what are you doing? You're being an enabler. Okay, let's talk about it. They buddies with the narcissist. So those people, they buddies with the narcissist. So you can't win that. So it's like you go and tell on this guy, but he's friend with the narcissist, and the narcissist is the high supervisor or manager or whatever. Well, you're not going to win that battle. So let's get into the next one. They family. So again, you're dealing with a brother. I don't like them situations like that unless it's like a mom and pop company. Then I really don't like those situations either. When you're working at some of these places, now not all places, but some places, when you're working at these places and it's like a mom and pop situation, or it can be a Fortune 500 company, but they have brothers and sisters or whatever, and the high levels of mom and dads or whatever. Those companies, the morale is always low, and then when you think you should be getting a position, you probably don't get it. That's because the narcissist is involved, and they got the little enablers and all that, flying monkeys and things like that. So that's part of it. Next, they don't want to cause trouble, so they know about it, but they won't cause trouble. So that makes no sense. So somebody doing something bad, they're doing stuff to your other workers, but you don't have the common decency to take up for these people. So what kind of leader are you? You're not an effective leader. You're not a leader to me. You're just a person that's taking a paycheck home. You have the title of leader, but you're not a leader. So don't call yourself a leader if you're not going to lead by example and take care of the people that's below you. That's the whole point of being a leader. You're training people to be future leaders, but you're also taking care of people, especially when you're dealing with narcissists or anything like that, or something's wrong. You're supposed to come in and basically say today, almost like a superhero type thing. What else? They have no backbone. So these people, the enablers, that know these things are going on, whether they're in upper management or not, they don't have no backbone. Let's call a spade a spade. They might come off like they're all big and tough and whatever, and say big words, and might use cursing or aggressive. Yeah, it's all fine and dandy, but you don't have a backbone when you need to tell that narcissist or that supervisor that treating them employees wrong to do something, or even to tell the lower line people, you won't say anything because you don't have the backbone to do it. So don't sit there and try to act like you some big bad bully when you're actually not. You're really not. And then last but not least, they narcissists too. So what's the biggest way for a narcissist to get away with stuff? Have other narcissists that's working with them. So they're all one big, happy narcissist cult thing, I guess you can call it. A big narcissist cult at the company. So that is definitely not what you want. You don't want that. Trust me. You don't want that. It's already hard to deal with one person that's a narcissist. You don't want to deal with a whole cult of these people, like 5, 6, 7 of them. Go ahead and, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you're going to take as much as you can, then at some point you got to make a decision. After the documentation, after you done told and then went to HR, at some point, things ain't changed, you got to make a decision. You got to leave or you got to do something, You can go the path of filing lawsuits and all that, but, who has the money to do all that stuff? That's the thing. So, you're going to have to figure out kind of what you want to do in that aspect, So that's a tough situation to be in when you have these enablers at work and they just willingly allowing the narcissist to continue doing evil and bad things. And what's crazy is it's year after year after year, and they wondering why their turnover rate is so high. Let's talk about that for a second. Not really off topic, but let's talk about that. So here you are, a company, whether you new or old, but let's say 2017, you hired in this new manager you thought was going to take the company into the future. Yeah, they take them into the future, all right. They're running them into the ground. That kind of future. That ain't the future you want. It's supposed to be the sky's the limit, not going to the ground. So you have this manager or, CEO, whatever, the case is, you didn't bought them in thinking they could change your company culture, or they changing it. But you go back and look, probably from 2017 to 2020, even before COVID, you was losing, you probably was losing employees left and right and couldn't figure out why. That's because the narcissist that was in charge is running all these people off. That's what's going on. I can tell you what's going on. They're running all these people off. So people are only going to take so much, especially before COVID. You go find a job in a heartbeat, especially in certain fields, like you're a waitress or a cook at a restaurant, and you hire this manager to come in there and think he's going to train the culture, but he's a narcissist, want to talk to people crazy. I can go be a cook somewhere else. I can go be a waitress somewhere else. I don't have to deal with this one person being crazy is what I'm getting at, or acting out, or, dealing with childhood trauma. Well, they're not dealing with childhood trauma is what I should say. So, you got these enablers and they got them in place and they sitting back watching this unfold. And they go watch it unfold all the way until the company folds. So they watch it unfold until the company folds. Come on, man. That's crazy as I don't know what. There's no way I'm gonna sit by if I have stake in this company. When you get up to higher management, you go have stocks and things like that. There's no way I'm gonna sit by and let this one or two narcissists or bad people, however you want to label it, sit by. I'm not gonna be an enabler, is what I'm getting at. So I'm not gonna sit by and just watch them do that. No, I can't. I'm not part of that. I'm not part of that game. Because then what's gonna happen? I'm probably gonna end up losing my job. And I'm gonna look back and be like, I should have said something. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't. So don't miss me with that. All the people that said, man, I should have said. You should have, but you didn't. So you are an enabler. Don't be an enabler. Don't be that guy. So narcissists take up for narcissists all the time. I think when you look at it a little bit closer, I think they work together. Now they might not get along because they both doing the same evil stuff, but demons, think about it. They go in packs almost like wolves. So why wouldn't they work together doing different things? And just like we talk about Ahab and Jezebel, they use it together. They're together. So when you got them together like that, it's the same thing. I think I believe, my personal belief in the workplace, it might not just be one. Now you gonna have some one-offs, yeah, but it might be a couple of them when you at certain companies. So you know, they looking out for each other. So nah, miss me with that too. Uh, you know what happens? I'll tell you what happened. This causes a lack of trust between your employees, knowing that the leadership and the people that's around the leadership, whether you're human resources or whatever position you're in, are enabling the upper management to get away basically with murder. That's going to destroy the morale of that company, and the trust is going to go out the window. My window's over there, but you know what I mean, out that way. So that's going to throw everything out the window. So I mean, you got to look at it like, man, look, I'm here to work. I'm here to do a job. I'm not here for somebody to talk down to me, to degrade me, to do narcissistic stuff. I'm not here for the people that's letting this person do that. I'm not here for that. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to say something. I'm going to try, in some cases, stand up for the other people. No, within reason that don't stand up for themselves, but I can't stand up for everybody. At some point, some of us go have to stand up for ourselves. I mean, you can't take up for everybody. I'm not trying to lose my job because I'm just taking up for another person, you know. But I'll do what I can when I can, you know. So just think about that. I mean, like I said, the enabler, the narcissist, the flying monkey, all these people go hand in hand. I mean, it's one big group. So you might have one narcissist that's at the top. You're gonna have some enablers that's allowing them to do this evil stuff. You're gonna have some flying monkeys. It's almost like it's going down like a chart. You got flying monkeys that go out, spread rumors, do things, almost do the same job as the enabler, but the flying monkeys are more, aggressive. Like, they doing the smear campaigns and all that. I talked about that in the video, so I ain't gonna go into detail about that. But that the enablers, to me, they worse because they're just watching this stuff happen all the time. Every day at work, they watching this person do something evil, talk to the employee, cursing and screaming and making inappropriate gestures at the people. I've seen this firsthand. Well, a guy was in a position, and then the woman went told, but they didn't do anything. So guess what? She went and found another job. Yes, she found another job. Then they fired. I can't make this up. So you knew you was about to fire this guy. Now you had this woman was in a position where she could have actually took the guy position because that was her supervisor, where she was in a high ranking position. But they let her walk out the door. 2 weeks later, not even 2 weeks, they fired this guy. So now you ain't have nobody in that department is what I'm getting. It was only them two running the department. Now you have nobody in the department. How stupid is that? That's just dumb. So instead of me, the way I would have handled it, you go tell the woman, look, give us a little time. We working on it. We got something in store for you. You give her something so she can have something to hold on to. That way she know, okay, y'all not being enablers. Y'all actually trying to help me. You can't tell her what it is because, people like to talk. You can't tell her what it is, but you can tell her, hey, we're working on something. You're going to like what we're doing. Just give us a couple of weeks. And then guess what? You'd have still fired this guy. Should have just moved up into his position. Then therefore, she can train the person that's coming in up under her instead of you having nobody in a position. So enablers do, they do things all the time. So they knew this guy was doing these things and they just let it happen. And from what I was told, it's been happening for a couple of years. Well, more than a couple of years. It's been happening for some years. But he was in a higher management position at this company. Yeah. And they had a few of them. And guess what? The company folded. Got bought out by somebody else is what I'm saying. It got bought out by somebody else. Right? It is what it is. I think also enablers allow people to get away with things for longer periods of time. Let's talk about R. Kelly. I know it has nothing to do with this, but it's in the gist of it does. Enablers. Look how many people enabled him and helped them all these years with these women. It's the same thing when we're looking at the workplace, when you have these people that are they're just like helping them on. Go ahead, keep cursing the people out, keep talking to them crazy, keep using the N word, keep using the B word around women, keep doing it, and just allow them. Been there 20 years. And they say, well, he's been there 20 years, so that don't mean that he's able to say whatever he wants. That doesn't mean that she's able to do whatever she wants, like hit on all the new people, and she's in that match. That's not what that means. That means that's the person you need to get out of here and find somebody to replace them. Stand up. Don't be an enabler. Moving right along. This video not that long. Imagine the narcissist did the bad stuff by themselves, how long you think they'll be able to get away with it? I don't think it'll be that long. It wouldn't be as long as it did with the enablers. You got to think, you got, 3, 4, 5 people covering up for all the stuff that you're doing. You're going to get away with stuff a lot longer. If you're doing it by yourself and people stop enabling the narcissist, it won't last no 20 years. They might get away with it for a little while, but at some point, you ain't got them enablers. You take away them flying monkeys. Oh, it's fair game. Now you out there by yourself on a limb. The narcissist is going to try to dominate and do things that work, but will they get away with it? I don't think so. At certain companies, yes. At most companies, no. They won't get away with it. So, hey, it is what it is. If you know someone lying, abusive, treating people bad, just say something. Mention something. If you want to write a anonymous email or however you want to do a letter, I don't know, to human resources, get something going so where somebody can look into it. Some companies have what you can do anonymous tips and stuff with things like that going on. Or you can call a 1-800 number. Go ahead and do it. If you don't want to say nothing, you might not want to put yourself in that position. I'm talking about in the middle of the fight or argument. I understand that, but you need to go ahead and it's your duty to go ahead and say something, so that way that doesn't continue to happen. Because guess what? You don't say nothing this time. Next time it's gonna be you, and that ain't what you want. And then you'll be like, man, I should have said something like that. Then you're gonna be looking for somebody to say something, take up for you, and it won't happen. So when you realize the traits of the narcissist, and you realize that's what you're dealing with, you gotta look, you gotta remember, okay, they got some flying monkeys somewhere around here, and they have some enablers around, especially when you realize this person been in this position for 20 years, or however long, they've been in there for years, and you realize you start talking to different people, not showing them your hand, but you talking to different people, figuring out, okay, this guy or this woman been like this for the last 4 or 5 years, and y'all all been here. So then you got to figure out, okay, which one of y'all enablers? Y'all letting this happen, but they got the audacity to complain to you about it. But you the new person, so what I'm supposed to do? You know how you go to the company, you the new person, so people complaining to you about the job, about the person being crazy or a narcissist or whatever. What I'm supposed to do with that? Come on, man. So then this video, all I want to say is, don't be an enabler. Please, don't be an enabler. If you see something, say something. Once again, if you like the video, you like the content, subscribe, like, and then also comment. Comment with questions. You have questions about narcissists. You have questions about workplace situations. Even you have safety questions. I can answer some of those questions too. So, you can ask those questions in the comment, and I'll get back with you. Once again, you can follow my website, www.faithbasedworkplace.com, and I'll link that in the it's usually in the at the thing, at the end of the outro. You'll sit at the end so you can see it. But I'm your host, Thomas Savoy. Once again, it's great to be back. We're in 2021. Hey, let's take down these narcissists at work. Remember that. Let's take them down. When in doubt, email or call me. All right, man. It's been good. It's been fun. I'll see y'all next time. God bless you. God bless yours.